Hello and welcome to the 2016 Holy Trinity Turkey Bowl video. Alongside my co-host Dougie Fresh, I'm Marco Mania.
Mark and I are back this year ready to hype up our favorite tradition, the Turkey Bowl.
That's right, Doug. And this year the viewers at home are going to notice a very specific, underrated aspect of the big game, drafting the teams.
Throughout this video is going to be very detailed, informative, and an even more so insulting player-by-player analysis.
We always know going in that it's D-Mac versus myself. And in my mind, the actual drafting of the teams is a very underrated aspect of the big game. Not this year.
Mark, we spoke about this before. When you think of drafting players, what do you think of?
So when I'm looking to draft my team, and I look at our group of players, I can't help but compare it to one of my all-time favorite video games, Backyard Football. There's so many similarities. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, this guy's fast, or oh, this one can catch or block. Not only that, but some of the players in the Backyard gang remind me of players in our group. Let's check it out.
Yo soy el selección bueno.
Well, this is a no-brainer. This is Paul. He's short and he's Mexican.
This one's almost too easy.
Now, I'm not saying that this is Paul because he has the same attributes as Pablo Sanchez.
Oh, of course not. We're just saying he's a small Mexican.
Right, okay. Yeah, and we'll take Pablo. As always, should be in your backyard football games.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Muy bueno. Can I play?
Pete Wheeler, another one of my favorite Backyard players. Let me read the first part of his description to you, and you tell me who this reminds you of. Pete isn't the smartest guy in class. In fact, he could barely tie his shoes. Pete's great as long as you keep it simple.
This is another easy one. Sorry, Ty, but this has to be Tyler.
Tyler taking heat early and often in this video so far.
Yeah, but he knows to expect the clip of him dropping the ball will end up in every video one way or another.
Yeah, that's correct. Tyler, what's your reaction to getting picked?
Well, you ought to pick me. You know I'm a really good quarterback, don't you?
Ha! Even more obvious than the last two. This one's clearly me. We're both good quarterbacks, and we both know it.
Mark, you two even have the same number.
Yeah, the comparison's almost uncanny. Let's move on.
Tony Del Vecchio, a brash, big-talking kid with a bit of a temper. You know who this reminds me of?
I think I do, but go ahead.
This is Kaz. He even just kind of looks like him.
Yeah, I totally see it. I mean, that grin kind of says it all.
Do I wish we had his Jerry Springer video?
Oh, that would have been perfect. I did check with him, and unfortunately that video no longer exists.
Oh well. I think we all remember it well enough. Who else we got?
Can I play on your team? I'll let you be in my band.
Okay, this kid isn't as obvious, but I see him, and I think Mr. Kyle Brangle.
You know what? I could actually see the similarities. They both look so frail.
Yup, agreed. But just like Amir Khan inviting you to play in his band, Kyle so desperately wants you to pick him on his team. Every year I feel like he gets in my ear before the game and tells me to pick him.
I bet he does. What do you think, Mark? Do you want Kyle on your team this year?
That's okay. I want to be on my brother's team anyway.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. It's a bitch Brangle move. He wants to be on his better, younger brother's team.
Nice. All right, so taking a look at the rest of the Backyard squad, who else do you see out there?
You know what? I think I see Ryan Chavalis, the ginger over here, sitting there with his pocket protector. And you know what? I think there's Katie, his sister.
That's amazing. They're both sitting right next to each other. That's awesome. So like them. Is that Danny Pareto in the first row with his teddy bear?
Oh my god, the similarities are uncanny. And then right next to Danny Pareto, I think we have the mystery man. Who would that be? Jimmy Mara. 0 to hero. You never know what you're going to get from him.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Okay, we're just getting warmed up. Let's throw it over to the studio for a further in-depth look at our players.
Back here at our draft headquarters, we're taking a look at some of the players from last year's Turkey Bowl. Mark, last year, number 1 overall pick was Ryan Chavalis. Where do you see him going this year?
Yeah, I see him at the top of the draft board. I do not see him going first overall. He's coming off an injury from last season, which he didn't even play. A great player to have on your team, just I don't think he's the first overall pick. Doug, who are other potential first overall picks that you could see?
Well, Mark, they say availability is the best ability. Now, this player went number 1 overall a few years ago in some drafts. His name's Paul Valvo. I don't see him being available to this due to the recent Trump election.
Yeah, that's a great point. So if he is eligible, could be at the top of that draft board, but we'll see. Another name to at least throw out there is Zach Kochmar. I truly believe his better days are behind him. He was a stud in high school, but I don't see that always equate to the Turkey Bowl field. but, someone who should be at the top of that board.
Speaking of better days, someone that I have seen at the top of the board before, James Mara. Either he shows up or he doesn't show up. You never know what you're going to get with this character.
Yeah, absolutely. It's true. We'll see where myself or DMAC wants to pick him. Somebody who DMAC always likes to pick, I always think too early, is Mr. Tyler Kenny. Listen, Tyler's a big target. He's willing to play in man on defense and gets his length out there. He could have some better hands that might escalate his position a little bit, but he does get drafted a little earlier than most people.
I wouldn't say his football IQ is really up there.
Yeah, that's a big question mark there.
Now, your competitor is going to be DMAC, the other quarterback. He reminds me of a Joe Flacco. One championship, a bunch of picks, and way too much money spent.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And just so I want to say this now, DMAC, I'm giving you first overall pick this year. We got to make this game a little more competitive. So I hope he listens to what we have to say going into the game on Thursday. But another person who's drafted around the middle of the field is Mr. Danny Pareto. Now, Mr. Danny Pareto is an athletic kid. He's a sneaky pick, and he has the heart and willingness to get the W. He really does.
How about a JJ, John Brashilla? This kid is very athletic. He's long, he's lanky, and he's fast.
That's right. I believe he's right in that same spot, too.
How do you feel about John Kaz?
Another fast, athletic kid, multiple sport athlete in high school. A kid that I like on my team could be a little bit of a bigger target, which would be nice for the quarterback perspective, but someone who belongs in that conversation, definitely.
Let me ask you something. Do you worry about the size of his brain in that small little head?
Sometimes. That probably is why he has slipped to the later rounds in some drafts.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Someone I'd like to highlight is Joe Licata. Big-bodied, he's out there, he's physical, and he's ready to bring the pain.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the football IQ as well. I think he could be an underrated player in this draft. I really do. I do. Another underrated player is Mr. Garrett Winkler. I feel like I always end up with Garrett on my team, and I'm never complaining. Garrett is another athletic kid, great hands. Reminds me of Colt Brennan in his days with the jersey whenever he brings it back. I thought he'd like that. But definitely a player who is undervalued in this draft and should be looked at earlier in the rounds.
A true sleeper, as is our next player, Sean Mead. Kid has night blindness. Gonna take him down a couple of pegs in my book. But we'll see where he gets wound up getting drafted.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
Sean's always a great kid to have on your team. He really is. He loves to play, and I love to have him out there.
I'm gonna say around the 6th or 7th round. Come on, Mark!
Okay. Sorry, I was getting a little too ahead of myself. I wanted to say that another person that I'd like to see on my team is Mr. Matt Brangle, a kid who's willing to do what it takes to win and who loves to play the game every Thursday.
Now, he's also related to Kyle Brangle, another person who has flexibility issues. He sounds like he's an old man, and he's actually pretty frail.
Yeah, I mean, all the above is true, but, when it comes down to it, I do like having Kyle on my team. He likes to strategize. He likes to plan. He could play defense. He could play offense. So I never think it's a bad pick, but it will be interesting to see when he goes. Someone like his brother, Nicky Brangle, maybe the bigger target, probably a little faster and a little more athletic, but, you're getting two different players there, and I'd like to have both of them on my team.
I'm just going to say with Nicky, you got to watch out. All that abuse going around from cops these days, you never know what you can get from him.
Yeah, I hope he shows up healthy, and I'm sure he will. He's a very interesting pick there as well.
Now, we also have Derek Blatchley. One thing worries me about Derek, his chin and his sexual preferences.
Hey, you're right.
Does he like guys? Does he like girls? I don't know.
He loves them both. He's got a lot of love to give. He is a former MVP. I don't know if I'll see him in that same conversation this year, but another great guy to have on your team, but he's got that chin.
Let's throw it back to the studio.
Hey guys, it's that time of year again.
Here we are, back again, your perennial losing quarterback, last couple of years. Something's got to change. I think it's time to make Dan great again.
MVP here, checking in just to let you know how much Tyler sucks.
I can't wait to punch Paul in the face.
Coming for everybody, all right? I'm going to change all the tactics, the drafting, the horrible interceptions. Who knows? Maybe I'll run the ball. Probably not.
I will tell you this. This year, in preparation for this Turkey Bowl, I vow to not have one sip of liquor on Thanksgiving Eve, and that will be a first.
I'm new and improved. I don't really drink anymore. Yes, I do.
Again! Who do you play for? The winning team of the Turkey Bowl. Who do you play for? The winning team of the Turkey Bowl.
Hey, so there, Gordo. You excited for the big football match on Thursday?
I thought we were playing hockey, eh? Fuck, we've been practicing one sport, eh?
Oh, shit. What are we going to do?
That's going to do it for this year's Turkey Bowl video.
Have a fun and safe Thanksgiving Eve.
We'll see you Thanksgiving Day, 10:15, Holy Trinity High School.
Until next time, I'm Dougie Fresh.
I'm Mark Romania.
It's the MIBs. Here come the MIBs. The good guys dress in black. Remember that, just in case we